So I'm here, finally got it all worked out and done, and I'm here to show you I'm very happy with it, what I have done here. So I just took a week, we just finished spring break. We took it about 9 hours to New Orleans and then back, and then we went camping as well. And so what I want to show you is my setup here, how I can have my television and all my electronics run. My television, the microwave, all run through the car when I'm driving at all times. So I'm either going to have, as we all typically know, you can run a generator, which I'll go ahead and power up here. I'm priming it. So typically the way systems work is we know a house runs on ground and generator. What I've done is wired a 1500 watt pure sine inverter to power my house as well. Now what I've done is I've wired it to where when I'm driving, so I don't need the generator and burning gas, I literally run it through my alternator, and I'll explain all of that in just a second. So I just turned the generator on, so I'm going to show you typical power first. I have this switch here, so I'm going to change this to generator. As I said the other day, I'm going to switch that to converter, which is for the generator. And the generator is going to be powered through that switch. It's going to take a few seconds to power on. Then we're going to see the microwave turn on and hear a click. And so while we're waiting for that, as I stated, so what I've done is I've wired my inverter. There's the click, and there it is. And through this switch is going to determine, this switch here is going to determine whether I go to use my generator or my inverter. So right now, my generator is running. Television is going to be running. Turn the television on. Smart TV. And the microwave is here as well. And it's all through the generator. So that's typically how they run, either through the generator or if it's powered. So what I have done is created here is my inverter here, which I'm going to turn to the on position, although it's not on yet. And as you see down here, the wires I pointed out the other day, they are AC outs that I can use. So I've run it there, run it up through here hidden, run through there, all the way back there, and I took it into this switch. So the black goes into the switch, and then from the switch it goes out into the same coupling or the same wire nut bolt that the generator is going into. So it's basically sharing. You see, you're going to power everything that the generator will power. Now, of course, it won't work for my AC units, but every plug, the microwave, everything's going to work on my inverter, which is powering by my generator. So I have it running now. I'm going to turn the generator off so we can. Generator's off, television's off, microwave is off. I still have the switch, so it's a 3-position switch, so that's the off, so neither one is on. I'm going to take it there. I'm going to turn the inverter. So what I did with the inverter, I wired it there. And so what I also have is a 2-position switch, so I can go to use both. I'll go to one. So now it's on the generator. So you see the inverter power on. The green light is on for the inverter. And I'm going to come back here, hit the switch to inverter. We're going to still wait a few seconds, and we're going to see everything power on, and all the plugs and television will now be running. There's a switch. There's a microwave on. As we see, it's on inverter. Television will turn on here in a second. There it is. Television is on, and it's all powered through the inverter, and it's running on my alternator. So as I'm driving, now the great thing about this setup is as I'm driving, I've driven on an alternator. While I'm running my house power, whenever I'm going to drive somewhere without running I don't have to turn my generator on. I simply turn this to the 2. So the 1 is my main battery. The 2 is house and main, and the 1 plus 2 is powering both of them. So what that's doing is creating one big old loop, and it's actually charging my house batteries while through the alternator while running on my alternator as well. And then on this side is where there's a 2. I'll run on the 2. Now what I've learned from this is that I cannot run my house power without the alternator. If I'm on regular battery power and I turn it to just the 2 alone, it drains low battery on the inverter, so it's just like there's a power spike. I'm not sure if that's due to the fact that it has to be ready to run the everything that the generator runs, and it's just not capable. But whenever I'm not on the generator, it does power down quick. Now I've been monitoring my battery life there. It's still been sitting right there at 13. Well, you don't know, but I'm guessing 13, because not quite at 14, but it's not as low as the first space. So I'm guessing that's right around 13. I took a voltmeter and tested, and it was at 13, between 13.2 and 13.6. And so what I've done here, because as I stated, I cannot run my house power through all the plugs through the inverter if the alternator is not on. So I've plugged up a power strip here, which I run here, and I just basically run the television down to here. So whenever I'm parking, say at a Walmart, at a truck stop somewhere, well, anywhere where I don't want to run my generator, but I want to watch television and I don't want to burn gas, I simply turn that switch to the 2, and then I plug into the inverter right down here with my television, and I get the same television with the DVD. Everything is up here. DVD, VCR, that stuff is hooked up here, and it runs. I take this plug it into my power strip there, and I'm still powered through the inverter, regular power. And now if I need to, I can run the extension cord to the back if I want to run something else. But yeah, that's my setup here. I have a switch here. I love it. It worked out very well. On this past spring break week, we went camping for about 4 days, and we took 1 day driving to New Orleans for a cruise, 1 day driving back, and we were able to use all of our power, all of our plugs, without running the generator, without burning that gas. And if we all parked, we can't run the generator and still charge the main batteries and operate things like that. So I've just been Googling everything. I could not find a way to use your television without running the generator, and I just was determined to find a solution to it. So hopefully this build setup helps somebody. If you find something wrong with it, please point it out to me and leave it in the comments below. I would love to know from somebody, hey, maybe you might want to consider this to save me a problem that way versus me finding out the hard way. But I've done it for a week, using it regularly. Like I said, I've been powering my battery through the alternator by putting it on 1 and 2 position. Whenever I don't need the power, I just turn it to the 1, and I simply power the whole RV, the plugs and everything, through my 1500 watt pure sine inverter, this is a Dimension Sensata, which is a commercial heavy duty one. So I do space it out so I can get it cooling in there. But I'm very happy with it. Very happy. My kids loved it. Family loved it. Everybody was able to watch TV both up here and in the back without having to have a loud generator on. When I pulled into the rest area at night to stop and pull over and get some sleep, I didn't have to run my generator. I just turned my house power on, plugged into the inverter through the power strip, and we were able to watch television all night long. It powered off when it got to, I believe, 11.8 in the morning. If it powered off, I simply just, when I drove, continued driving, turned to the 1-2 position. When I reached my destination after about an hour and a half, 2 hours, the house batteries were fully charged. So I was happy with that. I like it. Once again, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to post all of the everything I did to wiring it, and how I went about doing it, if anybody else is interested in setting theirs up. But if there's any safety issues that I've overlooked, please let me know. Put it in the comments, and I will surely take heed of them as well. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, if it helped you, press like. If you didn't like it, don't press dislike. Just move on with your life, okay? Stop trying to mess up everything for everybody else, okay? All right, cool. Y'all be awesome out there. Remember, somebody loves you. Everybody loves you. Be awesome. Do what you do, all right?